Welcome back to my channel, Cord Cutting in Sports. It is the start of July, and college football is less than 8 weeks away from the Week 0 games kicking off. This video is just going to be a brief update on some changes, updates to the six major streaming services that you can use to watch college football that basically have happened in like the last 6 or 7 months. Essentially since the season ended. So some of these things happened back in December. Others, of them updates have happened, between January and now. This is not going to go into detail about the channels each services offers and everything. This is just going to say this is just a brief summary of what has changed that you may have missed. Say if you canceled your subscription back like at the end of December or January, and you're just starting to look at renewing it, now in this time of year. Of course, my full College Football Guide to Cord Cutting will be updated for the upcoming season. Look for that around mid-August, both in video form and on my website. So, what has changed since December, 2022, 7 months ago? There have been, as you are probably well aware, price increases all across the board. Basically, every single service has had a price increase of some kind, except for technically Hulu. I mean, they did have a price increase, but not necessarily, and I'll explain, once we get there. RSNs were added to some of the services. The ACC RSN package that is now gone, or at least temporarily. We don't know what's happening to it. There's going to be 14 total teams that are going to be new conferences coming up for this upcoming season, and the Big Ten also has some new TV partners. So those are just the things I'm going to talk about again briefly as we go through changes since the season ended. All right, so for Sling, what has changed in the last basically 7 months? So there was a price increase that went into effect at the start of December 2022. It was $5 a month for both the orange and blue plans. So those went up from $35 a month to now $40 a month. The combined price for both orange and blue went from $50 a month to $55 a month, and orange and blue in the Sports Extra pack went from $65 to $70. So basically, all those plans you see there on the screen all went up by $5 a month now. Sling did add ABC though in select markets. It's very, very limited though, the number of markets that actually carry it. And kind of related to that, if you are in a market now which has ABC, NBC, and Fox, so three local stations, and they're only available on the blue package, then Sling also charges an extra $5. So if you go to sign up on the website and you're signing up for the blue package and your market has those three stations in it, I think it's very, very small the number it does. It's like 7 or 8 or something. You would be charged $45 a month, not $40 a month. So just be aware of that. Next, YouTube TV. So what has changed with YouTube TV in the past couple of months? Well, they instituted a price increase of $8 a month that went into effect. It was announced basically in like mid-March, didn't go into effect for existing subscribers until I think the next billing cycle in April. So the base plan is now essentially $73 a month as compared to $65 a month. This was the first price increase though in almost 3 years. It was the first price increase since June of 2020. Also, two other things that happened. Sportsnet New York, carries Mets games, but also could carry some college football games possibly, was dropped as of July 1st. And this is not related to college football, but, probably aware that YouTube now has the rights to NFL Sunday Ticket, both as a standalone product through YouTube primetime channels, but also to be paired with YouTube TV for a discount. If you're obviously interested in that, please feel free to check out my other videos. I have 2 of them up so far on Sunday Ticket and some information about that. Okay, so what's changed with Hulu, or specifically we're talking about Hulu Live. So the base plan, i.e. the cheapest plan, which includes ESPN Plus and Disney Plus, is still $70 a month. So that part has not changed. However, that plan now includes the ads version of Disney Plus. Basically what happened is back in December, Um, they created a new Disney Plus with ads version, which is obviously cheaper than just straight than the Disney Plus version with no ads. So what happened is, like the price got increased to $75 a month for Hulu Live, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus no ads, which was the plan that everyone was on basically up until December of 2022. However, so that went up, but you technically could switch to the Disney Plus with ads thing to end up keeping the same rate if like you're not interested in Disney Plus or the fact that it has ads doesn't bother you. So um, overall summary is the cheapest plan is still $70 a month for ESPN Plus and Disney Plus, but the plan that was $70 before December technically went up to $75 a month. One other thing just to note too, this is not a change, but as a reminder, there is a $69 plan for Hulu Live only, which does not include ESPN Plus or Disney Plus. Just throwing that out there as well. Okay, up next, Fubo. So what has changed with them in the past couple of months? So first, there's a price increase of $5 a month that was effective in January of this year, and that went to just all like the base package prices. In addition to that, the RSN fees were increased, where to basically standard rates of $11 a month if you're in a market that has one RSN, or $14 a month if you're in a market that has two or more RSNs. That was also announced in January at the same time as the base price increase. Previously, the RSN fees had kind of varied by market. Some were as little as like $3, whereas I think others were as much as like $9 or $10. Um, but what this basically did is essentially meant that the minimum price for every package went up by at least $16. The $5 from the package price plus possibly $11 if you didn't have an RSN previously, but now you did. And so the Pro plan now costs $75 a month. The Elite plan now costs $85 a month. Again, that's the base plan price. That does not include the RSN fee. And the reason why the RSN fees went up, I mean, primarily is because they added all of the Bally Sports RSNs um, to basically starting at the pro level packages and above. Also, one other thing too is that technically the name was changed from Fubo TV to just Fubo. That was announced in March, so just be aware. That's why you see there's a new logo there, and it doesn't have TV in it. All right, up next, DirecTV Stream. So, what has changed with them? Well, you guessed it, price increases. Basically, $5 to $10 a month. They were announced in January of this year, and so basically, three of the four packages went up by $5 a month: Entertainment, Ultimate, and Premier, and you can see the prices there. Choice went up by $10 a month, so it's now basically $100 a month, for the Choice package. However, just recently, basically like about a couple weeks ago, um, they with the announcement that NFL Network and NFL Network Red Zone would be coming to DirecTV Stream. It was also announced that there's going to be a sports pack of $15 a month available on DirecTV Stream as well. The sports pack had already existed previously for DirecTV, satellite customers, but part of this announcement for the NFL Network and NFL Network Red Zone carriage included the fact that Sports Pack is coming to DirecTV Stream as well. It's available to be added to any package, and the thing that's interesting about it is it has basically it offers all the RSNs that they carry, even ones that are obviously out of market. But you can see all the other channels listed there are the main kind of like smaller or regional college football channels like ACC Network, Big Ten Network, CBS Sports Network, ESPNU, ESPN News, Fox Sports 2, Longhorn Network, out of market only. I did not see SEC Network listed on the channels that was available. I'll have to go ahead and double check that. But in theory, that you could get the entertainment package and then purchase the sports pack for only $15 more, and you would get close to the number of channels that you get in Choice, but for a cheaper cost. And I'll talk more about that when my full cord cutting guide comes out. Lastly, we have VidGo. Not a very popular service compared to the other big ones, but I have used it not last year, but a couple years before that. And so, what changed with them in the past couple of months? So, there was a price increase. I don't know when it happened exactly because I just periodically go back to their website just to see what their plans are and the prices and channels and everything. So I don't know when it happened. Obviously, sometime within the last 6 months. Basically, the Plus plan is now $70 a month. The Premium plan is now $85 a month. So I believe I'm not sure exactly because again, there's no official release with this like there are the other bigger players like YouTube TV and Sling and all that stuff. I believe Plus was $60 a month and Premium was $80 a month. So I think Plus went up by 10 and Premium went up by 5. Also, on the website, the Plus plan now says like it includes DVR, whereas previously it said it was only like the DVR is just small. It's like 20 hours, but it said it was only for new subscribers within the first 90 days. That stipulation is not listed there anymore, so I don't know if DVR is now included, the entire time that you're a subscriber. But that was just something different, that I noticed for them as well. Now, just for the overall college football landscape in terms of cord cutting and watching football and stuff, what has changed, what's going to be different for the upcoming season. So, first thing, which I talked about briefly at the beginning, the ACC RSN package, at least as we know it, has been eliminated. So these were games that would air on local RSN networks, typically in the markets um, in the states where their ACC teams located. Although some markets, for example, like Pittsburgh, basically didn't sign on to the package the past 2 years, and so these games would air, on a local RSN there. But then out of market, you could watch them with just ESPN3 access. But if you were in market, the ESPN3 access was blocked out. Anyways, so what happened is Diamond Sports, which is a subsidiary of Sinclair Broadcasting, um, basically owns all of the Bally Sports RSNs. They're previously known as Fox Sports RSNs before they bought them from Disney, who had purchased them from Fox back when Fox sold off a bunch of its assets like 3 years ago. Anyways, Diamond Sports filed for bankruptcy, and so they're trying to get rid of like a bunch of these deals that they have with Major League Baseball teams and also some of the basketball teams that they have broadcast rights for. And one of the things that they wanted to get rid of, and Raycom, who basically owns the rights to the RSN games, agreed to, was to basically kill this RSN deal. So Raycom made a request for Diamond to essentially cancel this RSN deal for the ACC games, and so it was agreed to by both parties. So as of right now, there's no indication what's going to happen to those games. Like, are they going to be just thrown on ACC Network? Are they going to go to ACC Network Extra, which means they're only streamed online, but you're supposed to have ACC Network access? Are they just going to go straight to ESPN3? There hasn't been any indication what's going to happen, to those games at this point. Also, there's 14 teams changing conferences for the upcoming season. There's basically, 4 new teams going to the Big 12. There are 6 teams that are going to the AAC, which is replacing, 3 of the teams that are the 3 teams that are leaving there to go to the Big 12. And then there are 4 teams joining Conference USA. 2 of them are FCS teams, whereas 2 of them were independents. So just be aware of that. And again, I'll cover that in greater detail in my full guide. And then the last thing is, so this fall starts the new media rights deal for the Big Ten, where they're going to be seen on Fox, CBS, NBC, and also Peacock, but not any ESPN channels. So obviously for Fox, that could be Fox, FS1, FS2, although I don't think there are any Big Ten games on FS2 as of yet. CBS is just going to be main broadcast, CBS. But for the NBC and Peacock thing, basically all the games will be available on Peacock. Most of the games will be broadcast also on NBC, but there are going to be some Peacock exclusive games as well. And like one of the bigger ones that's been announced is Washington at Michigan State as a Peacock exclusive game. All right, so that was just a brief summary of some of the things that have changed in the past, like I said, 6 to 7 months since the season ended, and just to kind of get you ready for the upcoming season, which is, like I said, less than 8 weeks away. If you have any questions or comments or feedback or anything, leave a comment below on the video. Or reach out to me via email. It's on the screen there. Visit my website. You can see last year's guide and kind of all that it entails. Otherwise, check out the other videos on my channel. I'm gonna have stuff about, cord cutting guide for the NFL, and I've got all the resource videos that are still up there about how to download, slash save, slash record, replays and live events of games from various websites like Fox's website, Watch ESPN, CBS Sports Network, and Tennis Channel, all kinds of sports channels.